Going to be taking a look at SIRI. This is stock ticker symbol SIRI, Sirius XM Holdings Incorporating Corporation rather. Currently trading at $4.57 right now. $4.57. We've seen a pop over here. I'm sure that Joe's going to be able to pull up a little bit of information, but let's take a look at the basics of the chart here before. So over here, you see it fighting the 10, 20, and 30-day simple moving average. You fall below the 20-day, which is that burgundy line here that you see running, and then start fighting that area right around the 30th again, and it broke through right here on the 4th, right? So it got through the 4th. Look, you see the same exact action over here. Boom, it gets through, it falls through, and then starts working its way up. Once it makes its way through, it really goes through those simple day moving averages. So right now, in short, what I would like to do is I see this happen, right here. This might be a turnaround for SIRI. And looking back into, it looks like a dividend on November 7th, earnings on October 27th. You start working your way up really nicely, going all the way from the $4.20 range to the $4.50, 60-cent range. You had a pullback down to 430-ish, actually as low as 422, and you came back up off of that. But now you got that gap up here, so we're going to watch for that gap. I'm going to wait for a pullback down to about $4.52. We're going to wait. I'm going to put on here, wait for 452, and then a bounce off of that, okay? So basically, when you get down to $4.52, you want to wait and see if that area holds, especially around the 451, 452. So wait for 452. And if it'll hold or not, fill in that gap that's over here at $4.53. You're going to bounce off of that. So wait for 452 to hold on this one. So that's going to be SIRI. And let me go ahead and mark that. And while I'm marking that, maybe Joe, I have something else to add.
Yeah, they had a press release on January 5th. That pretty much said that right there. Is that what day you're looking at for that pop?
Yep.
Okay.
It was
Yeah,
on the 5th, you said?
Yeah. So on the 5th, it was Sirius XM exceeds 2016 subscriber guidance and issues 2017 subscriber and financial guidance. So on the 5th, Sirius announced that it ended 2016 with over 31.3 million subscribers, added more than 1.7 net subscriber additions in the year, exceeding the company's increased guidance of 1.7 million net subscriber additions. Self-pay net subscriber additions in 2016 were 1.66 million, exceeding the company's increased guidance of 1.6 million and resulting in self-pay subscriptions of approximately 26 million at year end. And then they basically said that SiriusXM had an incredible 2016. In addition to topping 31 million subscribers, our business is currently running efficiently and we are attaining records in revenue. Adjusted EPTA, adjusted EBITDA margin, and free cash flow. Our relationship with our OEMs have never been stronger, and demand for our product continues to grow, said Jim Meyer, Sirius Chief Executive Officer. And then he also stated, we continue to make substantial investments in product and new products, content, and technology, including investments in new satellites, our next generation 360L platform, wideband chipsets, and new marketing capabilities. In 2017, we expect to continue our never-ending focus on bringing our customers the best content bundle available, and our strong record for delivering cost-effective growth and returning substantial capital to stockholders through stock buybacks and our recently introduced dividend. So that is that. I mean, they obviously have a lot going on.
Yeah. I mean, that would explain why you see this nice steady uptrend starting, which is good. I like to see them turn around. I mean, coming back here to look at that. I mean, it's an uptrend starting from like 2014, no longer than that. I mean, this is guys. I mean, this is traded back down here. You know what's funny about this, Joe, is that back in this area, man, it's way back here around the dollar mark is when I first started trading stocks. So this was one of the first stocks I've ever traded. Really learning.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. So it's pretty cool to look back on it now, and there were, where I started, and watching this stuff as you go. So I mean, like I said, when we're covering these stocks and me and Joe are going through them, we're looking at short term right now. You know what I mean? We're not looking at multi-year runs and stuff like that. I mean, if you're interested in that stuff, yeah, this might be one of those ones that's going to continue to climb. I mean, XM radio is where it's at, especially for people that live in, rural areas that can't get radio at all. Long story short is, years ago, I remember when I flew out to Las Vegas and then drove back across country with my parents, and drove my mom's car, and they had Sirius XM. Honestly, Joe, I know you remember that, but I don't know what I would have done without XM radio at that time, because especially at that time, this was only a few years ago. Man, you're going through Nebraska and Iowa and Illinois and Indiana and going across the states. I mean, there were so many times you couldn't even get the radio to work. I mean, there was like one channel, and it was like a Spanish channel or something, and I had to resort to XM radio. So, hey, guys, I mean, I think XM radio still got a long time to go. It's the way of the future, in my opinion. It's just that everybody's delayed on it. You got news radios that have been around since the 50s, and they're still on AM, so.
Yeah, but a lot of these cars, things are a little different now.
Yeah.
That's why, like, technology's catching up with Sirius, because I mean, you got to figure the way that they function. Let me just tell you what the company also issued their 2017 guidance for self-pay net subscriber additions in the revenue, adjusted earnings, and free cash flow. So the self-pay net subscriber additions of approximately 1.3 million, and then revenue of approximately 5.3 billion, and then the adjusted earnings of approximately 2.025 billion. And free cash flow of approximately 1.5 billion.
Okay.
So they're doing good. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about the structure of the payments and everything. Before, when these guys first came out, it wasn't easy for them to obviously get people to like sign up and just pay and everything else.
Right,
but I
right.
mean, the way everything is with technology, it's so much easier for people to just have that reoccurring and just sign up for something, and it's like there's nothing to it. But back then, I mean, it was
they get you with that. They get you with that reoccurring, because you forget about it.
Yeah.
If you don't babysit your bank accounts, you forget about it. I told you about Netflix real quick. I mean, my wife drilled me about that. She's like, Dave, you got to drop Netflix DVD. You haven't rented it in over a year, and we've been paying for it for an entire year. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things, because you don't pay attention to it. It's $9. You don't pay attention to. If it was $100 a month, yes, you're going to see that. But okay, that is SIRI, SIRI, stock ticker symbol. If you follow this stock, head over to investorshangout.com. Discuss it with other investors. It's at thousands of people here. And don't forget to live stream investorshangout.com/live.